क्या कमाल का मैच था, क्या कमाल की फील्ड थी, एंड व्हाट अ फैंटास्टिक विन. और इसी बात पे लेट्स वेलकम वेंकटेश प्रसाद once again to our program. Venki,
Hi, Sharat.
welcome.
Very much. Thank you very much. Lovely to be here again. Talking to you and on Hindustan Times. I think it was a great match, of course, as you rightly mentioned. The bowlers set it up to begin with. In fact, restricting Australia, a strong batting lineup, a strong team, under 200, I think was a fantastic effort by the bowlers, especially the spinners, I should say. And I was also talking to you. I still remember that the first episode that we had. Whoever controls the middle overs, that is from
Absolutely.
11 to 40, I think they've got a better chance of winning the match, and that's exactly what happened today when our bowlers were bowling. I think 11 to 40 overs, the power play two was controlled by our spinners brilliantly. They bowled stump to stump, lot of variations, didn't give much of width to the batters to score runs, and kept on getting wickets at regular intervals, Sharath. I think that made a huge difference, especially Jadeja. Then we were talking about
Wow,
Kuldeep,
yeah.
talking about Ashwin, but Jadeja, what a fantastic performance from him.
फैंटास्टिक. अच्छा, आप में से जो भी वर्ल्ड कप का प्रसाद का पहला एपिसोड इस वक्त ट्यून इन कर रहे हैं, यू ट्यूनिंग इन फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम, लेट मी टेल यू, हमारा जो प्री मैच सेशन हुआ था उसमें वेंकी ने 3 प्लेयर्स के नाम लिए थे, 3 की एस, कोहली, केएल राहुल एंड कुलदीप. He said all of them will fire and all of them have fired like how. वेंकी, ये अभी आपने ये स्किल सेट नहीं सीखी है या ये बचपन से ही आप में प्रेमोनिशन की ये ताकत थी? भविष्यवाणी करने की ताकत.
कुछ तुक्के हैं और कुछ so it's a mix of everything. There's a bit of luck, there is a bit of gut feeling, instinct, and you can make out in terms of who might perform on the particular day or who's in good form and who's showing the hunger to perform and so on. So that's one of the reasons why I said Kohli and KL, of course, because both of them are in good form. And Kohli ka jo hunger for runs, no matter what match it is, World Cup match ho ya koi bhi match ho, when he's playing for India, his hunger for runs is amazing. He wants to keep scoring. He wants to keep scoring hundreds. So based on that, I say this. And Kuldeep Yadav is again one extremely wonderful bowler who has completely changed his approach, changed his bowling. We call him as Kuldeep 2.0. He's reinvented himself. And unke saath saath abhi Ashwin and Jadeja both. Jadeja especially, I think today was phenomenal.
Fantastic. Acha, and India did a Shah Rukh Khan a Baazigars act today. एक समय ऐसा लग रहा था कि we would have lost this match and we were down in the dumps, but the way we came back, it was just absolutely fantastic. और मुझे लगता है कि वर्ल्ड कप की शुरुआत में एक टफ मैच is good for our country.
So you mean to say that हार के जीतने वालों को बाजीगर कहते हैं, is it?
बिल्कुल, हार के जीते हैं आज हमारे बाजीगर.
Well, I would say it didn't look like we were losing the game. Though we lost 3 quick wickets, 2 runs for 3 wickets. I mean, that was unheard of actually in subcontinent, in Indian conditions. Indian team, losing 3 wickets just for 2 runs on board, chasing a total of under 200. So yes, you might say that probably we might have lost. Suppose if we had lost Kohli at the time, catch dropped by Mitchell Marsh.
Absolutely.
वो catch suppose पकड़ लेता तो then we would have been in dire straits, and we would have been in extreme difficulty. So as they say, luck was on our side, and Kohli had to score some runs. And I had said that Kohli is going to score runs, so probably because of that the catch was dropped. But look, I think the partnership was very crucial. I also said that somewhere patience is very important on a wicket like this, on a pitch like this, where the ball is not coming onto the bat. You need to have a lot of patience. You need to build partnerships. And that's what KL Rahul and Virat Kohli did. 164 run partnership for the fourth wicket. It was just brilliant. What a timely partnership that was.
Absolutely. And another point that you were mentioning, you were said that fielding is going to be very critical. The team that will field well will win this match, and that's what has happened. I think India's fielding was exemplary, and Aussies didn't catch the catch that really mattered. So,
Yes,
so I think that
you're right. I mean, just imagine the first catch that Virat Kohli took off Jasprit Bumrah was bowling.
That was a blinder.
Absolutely blinder. It took the outside edge of Mitchell Marsh, and it was literally flying. It was going double the pace that Jasprit Bumrah bowled. And what a fantastic reaction from Virat Kohli, diving to his left and taking that catch. And that was a half chance. So obviously, in a match like this, when you're playing against a very strong opposition, you need to field extremely well. You need to create those run-out opportunities. You need to convert those half chances. You need to stop those ones or maybe twos. And our fielding in the first 10 overs set the tone, I would say. The bowling was good. We didn't try too many things, especially just with Bumrah and the spinners. Yes, Mohammad Siraj went for a few runs, but then just with Bumrah, he tried to just bowl the test match line and length, hitting good length to just back of length, off stump and just outside the off stump, and kept on asking questions to the batters. And our catching was good in the first 10 overs. Ground fielding was extremely good. We did throw ourselves to stop those boundary shots. And I think that set the tone. That set the whole approach. I think it was quite positive, and they came with a very positive mindset as well.
And another thing, Venki, which was very evident was that it was a kind of wicket where if you get a start, if you get a partnership going, then batting becomes easy. Even Australians were looking pretty good, till Warner got out. It looked that, they're kind of going pretty easy.
Well, I won't say that, Sharad, because I think here, even if you're set, this pitch especially, I'm talking about this. Well, in Indian conditions, generally, if you get set as a batter, then you can't, you can't stop the batter unless he gets out by himself. So, whereas on this pitch at Chennai, Chepauk, that is Chidambaram Stadium, this pitch was not easy to bat on. Even if you're set at 25, 30, even if you're scored 40, still you're not set because it was too pace. The ball at times was keeping low, at times was just jumping, climbing up. There's a bit of turn, bit of extra bounce to the spinners as well, which we saw when Ashwin was bowling. When the ball was hitting those cracks, there was a bit of a turn and extra bounce, which was troubling Steve Smith. So it is not an easy pitch to bat on at all throughout. So you're never set on this sort of a pitch. So you've got to be very, very watchful. You've got to focus very intensely, when you're batting. And all that bowler has to do is to hit those lengths, stump to stump, hit those back of length, and hope that one ball keeps low or one ball just goes up and troubles the batter or get him out. So I think it was a fantastic batting effort, I would say, from Indian team, especially from KL Rahul and Virat Kohli.
Fantastic. One question that has come from Ravi, and Ravi asks that what was the difference between the Indian spinners and the Australian spinners? Dono mein farak kya tha?
Indian spinners, Ravi, they're top class spinners. Whether it's Ravichandran Ashwin or Kuldeep Yadav, Ravindra Jadeja, they're top class. And you could see them. They didn't try too many things. Especially Jadeja and Kuldeep Yadav didn't try too many things. They just bowled to their strengths. They bowled stump to stump. Even Ashwin as well bowled stump to stumps as well. But Ashwin did bowl those carom balls, those slider. And got a couple of wickets doing that. But look at the experience that our spinners have, which definitely the Aussie spinners didn't have that, and they were not consistent in their line and length. Zampa, there was a lot expected of Zampa, Adam Zampa. On a pitch like this at Chennai, when there is a bit of turn, he should have bowled in those right areas, which he didn't do. He was not consistent in bowling those in length. There was quite a few full tosses that he delivered for KL Rahul, and a couple of them were short outside the off stump. There was time and width for the batter to play those shots. So in that one over, the first over of his went for close to what, 12, 13, 14 runs or something like that. So that pretty
Yeah.
much relieved the pressure of the batters.
जतिन का सवाल है वेंकी कि did Aussies miss a trick when they took off their opening bowlers after 3 or 4 overs? Should they have persisted with them for five overs? Would that have made a difference?
Well, I'm not very sure whether they would have made that difference or not. But then, yes, when they were bowling well, when both Mitchell Stark and Josh Hazlewood were bowling well, and they were picking wickets. One Stark got it, and two wickets Josh Hazlewood got. So when they were bowling well, when they're amongst wickets, I mean, you shouldn't have stopped. I mean, Pat Cummins shouldn't have stopped both of them. He should have continued for another couple of overs for sure. And it was not a big total. It was a very small total. So you need to get the best bowlers, bowl as many overs as possible up front, early on. And which I think Pat Cummins, that's where probably he missed the trick. He should have continued with Hazlewood and Mitchell Stark, who are left arm seamer, left arm pacer, quick, and Josh Hazlewood bowling those again test match line and then that I was talking about just with Bumrah, what he did. So he didn't do much, Josh Hazlewood. So he was troubling the batter, bowling those test match line and length. But unfortunately, they were removed off the from their bowling. So that was a mistake. He should have continued. Pat Cummins should have continued that.
So that brings me to our segment, our awards ceremony, our own award ceremony. The first award is the Munna Bhaiya Award. And Munna Bhaiya Award, Venki, किसको जाएगा?
Oh, without a doubt, it's Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli for his, he was there when Indian team lost 3 wickets. He saw as soon as Ishan Kishan got out, so he had to walk in. And immediately after that, Rohit Sharma got out, and then Shreyas Iyer. So he was watching everything, all the action happening, and look at the kind of pressure that he would have gone through at that point of time. And it is, as I said, it was not a big score. It was just under 200. And 200 normally Indian team with the kind of depth that they have in their batting, they would pass it in 40 overs, which they did, of course, but not by losing more than 2 or 3 wickets. But then having lost 3 wickets for just 2 runs, he was under tremendous pressure. So he had to take on the bowler. So he did try that, but lucky for him that the catch was dropped because there was, possible collapse between Marsh and Alex Carey. So you could see in Mitchell Marsh's reaction after he dropped the catch. Probably he was a bit distracted because Alex Carey was also coming in to catch that. So if that collided, probably there would have been some injury as well. So that was anyway a blessing for Virat Kohli and the Indian team. And from there onwards, I think both Virat Kohli and KL literally put their head down and started working the ball and playing with soft hands, running hard. I think their running between the wickets was outstanding, especially with Virat Kohli's batting. He's supremely fit and he runs extremely hard between the stumps, and he likes to convert those ones to twos. So I think definitely this award has to go to Virat Kohli.
And the way he absorbs pressure is just phenomenal, Venki. He's been doing this now for so many years, and we are now kind of used to this kind of comebacks from Virat. And you're so right. The first thing that he did was he put the pressure with his running between the wickets, and then the shots started flowing, and and suddenly we Indians started breathing easy. So it was just absolutely fantastic to see the this masterclass performance by Virat.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely, no doubt about it. His supreme fitness, his running between the wickets, and reading the game, and of course his whole approach in general. I think it's been always been very positive. So and he's definitely the king when it comes to chasing. So he was there at the right time, at the right place, and right situation, and he was able to read that. He has done it many times before. This is not the first time, and he's going
Yeah.
to do it many more times as well in future. There's no doubt about it. So he really enjoys this sort of a situation. It challenges him. It challenges his skill, his fitness, his mindset, and his skill set. I think he loves it.
और इसीलिए द मुन्ना भैया अवार्ड गोज टू विराट कोहली, क्योंकि उनका जलवा है हमारा यहाँ. That's Virat. The second award is the Pushpa award. फ्लावर समझी क्या, फायर हूं मैं, फायर. वेंकी, ये अवार्ड किसको है? ये अवार्ड किसको जाना चाहिए?
One more K. That's KL Rahul. So he's come back really well, Sharad. He's with they've been involved in a lot of partnerships before, both Virat Kohli and KL Rahul. They respect one another very much, and KL especially has got great respect for Virat Kohli, and I'm sure Virat Kohli inspires KL Rahul as well. So in that sense, I think they complement each other very well. The understanding, you could see when they're running between the wickets, their understanding was so smooth. So there was not much of calling as such. They're just dropping the ball with soft hands, and they're just looking at each other, and they're taking those singles. I think against Aussies, to just drop the ball and take a single, it is not easy at all. They won't give you any easy runs, the Aussies. So if they were doing, if both KL and Virat Kohli were doing, that shows how well they understand each other, how well they understand each other's game. And the other good thing is, I think they assess the pitch very well as well. Even KL Rahul also assessed the pitch very well. He took his time, and they knew that all they had to do is to build a partnership. Having lost 3 quick wickets, all they had to do is to build a partnership. So obviously they would have spoken, saying that, look, let's go from 10, 15 runs. Let's set a goal for, say, about 10, 15 runs. Once we achieve that, another 15, 20 runs or something like that. So short goals. They kept on setting short goals, and they kept on achieving those. And eventually they had a partnership of 164 runs, I think, which was just brilliant.
Fantastic. Tripti is a big fan of KL Rahul. She says that, I loved the way he played late, and some of those late cuts that he executed were just brilliant. Your views on that, Venki?
When he played those, I was thinking of the great Gundappa Vishwanath. Gundappa Vishwanath, Bangalore, Karnataka. Again, KL Rahul is also from Bangalore, Karnataka. So obviously, Gundappa Vishwanath was the one who sort of, not exactly invented it. He was extremely effective playing those late cuts. In fact, when some of the late cuts, GR Vishwanath, that's Gundappa Vishwanath, when he played, I have seen towards the end, of course, of his career, I have seen him. He not used to watch the ball. He used to face the bowler and play the ball. So obviously,
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. He was so sure that he's going to connect that shot. The point fielder would be wondering whether he played it, or by the time he realized the point fielder, he would have gone past him. So that's a good, Gundappa Vishwanath was, and the couple of late cuts that KL Rahul played for Adam Zampa to the left of point, I think was something similar to what Gundappa Vishwanath had played long back. So see, for that you need to play it one is late, and you need to keep following the ball till the end. If you, even for a fraction of a second, if you miss the ball, you're not going to time it. Either you're going to get inside edge and get onto the get to the stumps, or you might get the outrage and you'll be caught by the keeper. So you got to look at the ball till the end and just tap it on top of the ball. So I think he did brilliantly and use the pace of the ball as well.
Fantastic. So that brings me to the third award. Tumse na ho payega award, the Ramadhir Singh award, the player who disappointed the most. Venki, kisko doge ye award aap?
Unfortunately, it has to go to Mitchell Marsh. One is, there was a lot of expectations from Mitchell Marsh up front in his batting. Because we also spoke about Mitchell Marsh being an aggressive batter, and he likes to dominate, and which he was not. He couldn't do it in this game. He was not able to. He couldn't pick the angle of Jasprit Bumrah, and that was a fantastic delivery. It was a test match delivery and great finish as well. Virat Kohli took it, taking the catch at first slip, and after that, the dropped catch. My God, that pretty much changed the course of the game. If he had taken that, probably we would have been in a bigger hole, as it is, having lost 3 early wickets. So that dropping the catch, pretty easy catch. Is even if there was some bit of distraction that Alex Carey was also coming to take the catch. Even there was a bit of distraction. Even there was a fear of collision. Still, he should have taken the catch. I feel because it didn't go too high. It didn't go too high, and he made the distance quite well. There was no need to literally slide and take the catch. He could have just run and taken the catch, and there was no proper calling as well or showing the hand. So nothing of that sort happened. So I think, unfortunately, the award has to go to Mitchell Marsh.
Buck up, Mitchell. You'll have a good day next time. Don't worry. The next question comes from Jitin. Jitin says that I follow you very closely on Twitter, and I always used to think that you are unfairly biased against KL Rahul, but it was a pleasant surprise to see you back KL Rahul, and your punt came off well, and Rahul has done well. So I'm very happy today. So well done, Monkey.
Well, look, it's not that KL Rahul did badly because of me or he did well because of me. I mean, he's a fantastic talent. He's worked extremely hard on his batting, on his fitness, on his approach. It was just that I was a bit critical on his batting when it comes to test matches. That's where I was critical on, not on his one-day internationals or anything else. It was test matches that I was critical on him. Because he was given a lot of chances, a lot of opportunities, but he was not consistent, not effective. So there were a lot of others, who were waiting in the wings. So I think this is where I was a bit critical, and unfortunately had to go through some injury as well during the IPL, and he has come back very strongly. Did a good job in the recent series that they played against Australia, and now the very first game, I think a match-winning innings, and also adjudged as the player of the match. I think that was tremendous as far as KL Rahul is concerned. And I've seen this boy from a very young age, so I know him very well. So I'm sure he would take it very positively, my criticism.
The next question is from Shami. His name is Shami Riaz, and Shami Riaz wants you to comment on David Warner's performance in today's match.
It was good. Should have converted, of course. I think they were not that aggressive. I would say they were not the normal Aussie style that they got bogged down. They were too defensive. They're ruthless Aussies. That's what you come across when you talk about the Australian team. But I didn't see that ruthlessness in this game. They were slightly soft, and when they got the start, both Steven Smith and David Warner, there's no way you can get out. You have to convert those starts because you have stayed there. You spent a lot of time there on the pitch. You know what's happening, how the pitch is behaving. So it's not easy to bat on as is. And for a new batter, it's even more difficult to bat, right? So more the reason that when you're set, you've got to carry on playing. And yeah, so he didn't convert the start. And of course, there were other few batters also who really didn't go on to score big runs, like Labuschagne. We knew that we spoke about Labuschagne that he struggled
Yeah.
against spin. Again, that was the case even in this game as well.
Fantastic. We are just now about to come to the end of our sessions. I'll take two more questions. One is about Ravindra Jadeja. In the post-match session, Ravindra Jadeja spoke about the variable turn that he was getting, and he said that I was not trying anything. I was just bowling, and sometimes the ball would turn and sometimes it would not. So does this phenomenon happen across Indian pitches, or is it an Chennai phenomenon?
No, it happens everywhere, Sharad. The moment you deliver the ball, okay, as a bowler, be it a spinner or a pacer or a medium fast bowler, no matter what you are, the moment you deliver the ball, that's about it. You can't control anything after you deliver. You don't know how much it is going to swing. You don't know how much it's going to seam. You don't know how much it's going to turn. 2 degrees, 5 degrees, 10 degrees. You don't know anything, right? And what you do is you try to spin the ball. Okay, you try to bowl to your strength and bowl in those areas that is that they are supposed to do. That's stump to stump, and don't give width to the batter and so on. So keep it simple, and that's what Jadeja did. So obviously he was not in control of anything. Whether even if you ask Ashwin or any other bowler, if you ask them, tell me how much are you going to swing the ball? Nobody knows. It can happen this much. It can happen this much, and
So it's a
less.
lucky draw.
Sorry.
It's a lucky draw actually.
Yeah, I
You
mean
pitch it
that's
at the
what
right place and then you leave it to luck.
exactly. So I think that's what Jadeja did. Bowled stump to stumps.
And what a peach of a delivery was the one that he got Steve Smith on. It
Oh,
just
absolutely.
spun like crazy.
Absolutely. Again, that's what I see. Both Steven Smith and David Warner, they were just too defensive. They were not looking to score runs. They were not being ruthless. They were not being aggressive. The intent was not there. So obviously, when you don't have that positive intent, then you definitely give an upper hand to the bowler.
The next question is very interesting. It comes from Ravi. He says that what would be Rohit Sharma feeling right now, because he's scored a duck, but the team has won. So typically, what happens to a captain at this, when something like this happens? Is he happy? Is he sad? How does he handle his emotions?
Well, he'll be extremely happy because because the team has won. That is more important than your individual scores. You might have scored a zero, but I think he led the team extremely well, Rohit Sharma. He brought in the bowlers at the right time. He kept on changing the bowlers. He kept on rotating the bowlers and got the best out of the bowlers as well. And he got all three fast bowlers bowling their quota of overs on a pitch which did assist the spinners. So I think he did a pretty good job, and also he was attacking at times. He himself came and stood and slipped, and for the new ball there was always a slip there for just with Bumrah or Mohammad Siraj. So I think all in all, his captaincy was good. I'm sure he should be happy with his captaincy and the way he changed, rotated the bowlers, and the way team won, being 3 down for 2 runs. So I think he's a big match player as well. So somewhere he's going to definitely score a lot of runs in this tournament.
Fantastic. अगला मैच अफगानिस्तान के साथ वेडनेसडे को वेंकी, your thoughts?
It should be a pretty easy game. Not much of a contest, I would say, unless Indian team messes it up. Otherwise, Indian team is too good against the winners. Afghanistan are no pushovers, no doubt. But again, on a big stage like this, they've got very few experienced players like Rashid Khan or Nabi and a couple of others. That's about it. So otherwise, most of them have not really experienced this sort of tournament or crowd or pitches. So in that sense, I think it should be an easy game for India.
निधि इज आस्किंग कि इंडिया का सबसे टफेस्ट मैच कौन सा होने वाला है जो बचे हुए मैच है उसमें से which one do you think would be the toughest?
India Pakistan after that is going to be a tough game, and India South Africa, India England, India New Zealand. There's a lot of matches, so it's just a first game that is that India has won, and only one match that every team has played. So there's a lot of matches still to go, and still it's not. Nobody's sure who's going to be there at the top four. But looking at the approach of New Zealand, looking at the approach of India, and looking at the team composition of Australia, and the way South Africa played the other day against Sri Lanka. So looking at those things, probably you feel that these might be the four teams that might come to the top four.
So that brings us to the end of वर्ल्ड कप का प्रसाद. क्या कमाल का प्रसाद बटा. आज देखिए आप 3Ks का प्रेडिक्शन वेंकी ने किया और बिल्कुल सटीक on the money prediction. So we are going to look forward to the next session on Wednesday where we will be doing a pre-match analysis. So वेंकी आप तैयार रहिएगा अपने predictions के साथ क्योंकि अब हमें आदत पड़ने लगी है and the entire nation is going to watch this very keenly. So fantastic. Keep up the good work. Keep up your good form. I'm putting you under pressure.
Oh, awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sharad. Lovely talking to you.
Fantastic. Good night. See you. Bye-bye.
Yeah.